Shalom, shalom, set apart men. You know, man, as a man, currently 36 years old, I'm very fulfilled and I've accomplished a lot. But when I look back at my life, one thing that I can tell you I neglected early on in life is my health. Why do I say that? I say that because a lot of the accomplishments that I have are merely trophies and certificates. And I compromise my health in order to have these achievements. And the truth is, it's not worth it. In today's video, man, I want to talk about the fact that one thing that men neglect the most is their health. But before I get into it, man, before I dive into this, very important and significant, life-changing topic, man, I need all men out there watching this to do me a solid. Hit that like button. Man, doesn't cost you anything. Secondly, man, consider subscribing to the channel. That way you don't miss a video, man, and turn your notifications on. Set them to all notifications. Lastly, drop me a comment down below letting me know, answering this question, why do you think that our health as men is often a last priority? Let me know down in the comments. Let's start the conversation. Let's talk about it.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room, you can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
All praise to the Most High Yah Shalom. Thank you for tuning in to another righteous, Ruach, spirit-filled episode of The Set Apart Man. Once again, I'm back in them trenches handling that kingdom business. Man, I am currently on my way to physical therapy. And what I'm doing is finally getting treatment for an injury that happened almost 16 years ago. Listen to that. 16 years ago, an injury that I probably should have slowed down and said, you know what? Let me rehab this. If surgery is needed, if all of this stuff is needed, let me do that then, because my health is true wealth. And the reality is, man, as men, man, we prioritize a lot of things over our health. We prioritize career, we prioritize sports, we prioritize women, our children, family, doing things for others first before we take care of ourselves. Man, I want you to think, man, you got a lot of brothers out there that are having foot issues and ankle and all kind of pain going on with their feet. And the reality is they probably need to go see a podiatrist. The reality is they probably don't clip their nails and take care of their feet the way that they should. And I want you to think, the reason I said feet, because a man's feet, are how he accomplishes, like, men are designed by the Most High Yah to labor. So your feet are the first thing that touches the ground, touches the foundation of this earth. And a lot of men don't take care of it, man. You look at old men versus old women, and you're going to see older men in poor health when you look at men and women of old age at the same age. You look at a 70-year-old man, a 70-year-old woman, you're going to see the man oftentimes be in poor health. Because why? We have been taught by society that we need to break our back in order to be a quote unquote good man. Taking care of our health is not a priority as long as everybody else gets what they need. No, the word of the Most High Yah doesn't tell you that. He tells you, man, that your body is a temple. It's the temple of the living Elohim. And I want you to think about it. You know, things get worn out. Things need to be rehabilitated. Things need to be replaced. So do you let boards and things that are holding the temple up fall apart? Or do you address it, you know, when the need be? Like I said, man, I've got achievements to where, you know, man, I've been a drill sergeant, competed in all kind of competitions for drill sergeant of the year. You know, I've been a Army recruiter. I've been a combatives instructor, been a weapons instructor, done a lot of different things, you know, rucked over, 50 miles, all of these different things, that achievements, some of them, I didn't compromise my health, and other ones I did. Okay. Man, as a combatives instructor, being an instructor, teaching soldiers how to defend themselves in combat situations, people want to test your boast to see what you're made of. I was 22 years old at the time. And when you're young, man, you think you're untouchable. You think you're unstoppable. Nothing can break you. And the reality was, man, there was times where class had ended. I was done teaching and it was time to go home. And then you would have another young male call me out because they want to see what you're made of. And although I would win those matches, those wins weren't worth it because in the process, man, I hyperextended my elbow to the point where cartilage is damaged and beyond rehabilitation. That's the truth. Man, when it comes to modern men are focused on skincare and, I got to go get my nails done and all of this. But what I'm telling you to focus on is focus on your internal health and wellness, because if your insides are well taken care of, it's going to show on the outside. Skincare creams and shampoos and hair products is not going to fix the issues you got going on inside of you. Man, if your back is constantly cracking and something ain't right and you're just plowing through, man, check your ego. You probably need to go to a chiropractor. Man, don't even entertain anybody in your life that calls you weak for going to get help for your sake to take care of your health. You've got men out there that got a bank account full of money, but guess what, man? They can't enjoy it because they're battling cancer for not the first time, but the second time, and they don't know why. Man, our bodies were not designed to eat this highly processed food with all of these fillers and additives and preservatives. You think about a performance car. It requires 93 octane or higher grades of fuel to perform at optimal levels. You think about a drag car. Man, those things operate off ethanol and alcohol. So as men, what we do is try to get the most performance, the highest performance, but put in the cheapest gas. And then we wonder why we're having all these issues. Your body cannot process all of these things. So you've got men out here that, man, their liver is failing them. You've got men out here that need to go get their colon checked, need to go get checked out, because scientists know that around a certain age, there's a high probability as a man, you've got cancer growing in you, and you got to go to the doctor and they want to stick their fingers in your rear end. But hey, you got a lot of men, oh man, I don't need to go do that and all of that, and ain't nobody sticking their finger. Okay, well, go ahead and die because you didn't want to take care of your health. Man, I'm gonna post a book. I'm gonna do a review on a book that men need to get a hold of, because we think, okay, we got an issue, we got a problem, and we go get some medication from the doctor. We're taking all these pills and drugs, and we're thinking, oh man, we're good. But the reality is, these drugs are not meant to heal you. The Most High Yah said the herbs are for healing. So I'm gonna share this book with you that will show you all kind of tinctures, natural tinctures, teas, and things that you can make in your home to help yourself with some of these issues, so you're not loading yourself up with this pharmaceutical poison that you're getting the medication to try to, fix one thing, and it's causing you multiple other issues. You got to think, man, and there is, as I get older, man, I am getting away from taking all of these pills and these supplements, because when you look at your protein powders, when you look at all of these different things you go get online for trying to get your fitness right, they've got additives, they've got preservatives in it. And what does that do? These additives and preservatives, not only do they spike your insulin due to their high glycemic index, but they also promote visceral fat growth. This is why you got a lot of men that's walking around with a bloated midsection, because they've got high amounts of visceral fat around their organs. And that is the most dangerous type of fat. So, man, getting back to, okay, let me eat food that I know is not genetically modified, that I know is organic. Man, I live on a homestead. I raise a lot of my own food. Man, I've got a full garden, a greenhouse. I've raised chickens. I've raised goats in the past. I'm currently in the process of looking at acquiring some cows so we can raise our own beef. But man, that is very important, because a lot of this stuff that we're getting in the grocery store is genetically modified. It's not nutrient dense, so getting back to eating foods that have the nutrients that our bodies was designed to operate and process and to give us energy, versus trying to take all these vitamins because the food we're eating is not nutrient dense. It's all a choice. It's all a lifestyle. So on the Set Apart Man today, man, I wanted to talk to you about, the fact that one of the most common things that we neglect as men is our health, and how problematic it is. You don't want to be sitting up in the doctor because you've got chest pains, you've had a stroke, you've had all of this stuff, and they're reading your blood markers, your blood panels, and letting you know, hey, it ain't looking good. You ain't got that long to live. Now, all of us, man, our days are numbered. None of us know the daytime nor hour, but we don't want to be taking ourselves out due to ignorance, due to poor choices. We got to get after our health. And we got to start prioritizing, when it comes to getting the bag. No, get your health. Because a lot of men got the bag, but man, they ain't got health. And that's not good. So once again, this is the Set Apart Man, kicking it gun barrel straight. Until next time, stay set apart, stay disciplined, and stay in that word of Yah.